There are many ways of serving God, but what is a Stephen minister? Is it right for me? How can I serve God with service to God's people? Do you want to be a church pastor? Providing pastoral ministry to people? For some, that's necessary if God is calling you to do so. But not all are called to be pastors. Are you? How about serving God and help? How can I help serve God on the pastoral staff? Do you want to be a foreign missionary to Africa? There's a need. God's call is still resounding through the air. You can hear it if you listen. But not all are called to go to Africa. Am I? Are you? How about becoming a street preacher? Thank God not all of us are called to be street preachers. But what can I do to leave a legacy of caring and service, helping the West Grove pastoral staff? Consider becoming a Stephen minister. But what exactly is a Stephen minister? Stephen ministers are the after people. Stephen ministers are trained lay givers who provide emotional and spiritual support to people who are going through difficult times in their life, providing hope and healing in the midst of people's pain. Stephen ministers are there after the phone call in the middle of the night that changes one's life forever. Stephen ministers are there after the funeral when everyone has left and his emotions held at bay come crashing in. Stephen ministers are there after the email announcing a new round of layoffs suddenly appears in her inbox. After the doctor says, "I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do." After the youngest child pulls out the hug and heads into the dorm, followed by a long drive back home. After the retirement community director says, "Welcome home." After the divorce papers are served, and she wonders if she'll ever trust anyone again. After the gavel comes down, the handcuffs go on, and his loved one is led away. The Stephen minister is there after the fire, when rebuilding a home feels impossible. After family and friends have heard the story one too many times, but he still needs to talk. Through Stephen ministry, our congregation can build a team of Stephen ministers ready to come alongside members of this congregation and the community who are hurting or suffering or going through difficult transitions in life. Stephen ministry provides distinctly Christian care for people during the after in life. Consider becoming part of the after people. Consider, pray about becoming a Stephen minister.
After having had a Stephen minister, my life is unbelievably different. I think the biggest way it's different is that I feel connected with God in a way that I never felt before. And I really felt like, I was doing well, but I didn't realize what a barrier my issues were. Partially because I didn't want to share them with another person. And not only did I not want to share them with another person, I guess I didn't want to share them with God. Even if you know intellectually that God is there, sometimes it feels like it doesn't matter because there's no one there to help you. And I think Stephen ministry is a way to actually see help right in front of you. And so receiving care from her began the process of me being able to receive care from God. So to have that one person who had signed on to listen and not to judge me, it felt safer than burdening friends who could run, it might be too much, or family members who might feel guilty that it was their fault. So my Stephen minister, she's just such a sweet lady. She's so sweet. And she's extremely caring. And everything seems to sort of get calm when she speaks. Because I think there's a lot of love in her voice, in our interactions. There's a lot of love there. When I felt like maybe God couldn't do something in my situation, she reminded me that he could. And when I felt unlovable and that maybe God was powerful enough, but I was too weak, she kept believing. So at least one of us had faith, even though a lot of times it wasn't me. There was always faith for my situation present there. Stephen ministry to me means not having to be alone. I don't think I really knew how to trust people before Stephen ministry. So that was an opportunity to learn that. I know what I was like before, and I know what I'm like after, and I know there was Stephen ministry in between, and so I know that made a difference. It made a huge difference.